All right, welcome back. You may notice the screen is not what it normally is, and the title is different. It's not a Fear and Hunger video. We are branching out. I'm gonna start just doing some random offshoot fun videos aside from the main game that I'm playing. Especially with Fear and Hunger, I really just need I really need to take a breather from the intensity of that kind of a game. So today I'm gonna be playing a game that I've wanted to play for a long time, but I kind of forgot about it. And then I was looking for games that would be a different pace, a different vibe, and then I found this. It's the Ultra Deluxe version, which, as I understand it, is basically just the same game with more stuff. So if you're familiar with this game, then you'll probably be looking forward to this. And if you're not, I recommend you stick around, because this is probably not like any game you've ever played or seen anyone play. This is a story kind of, I don't know. Well, it's weird. There's a narrator and he's kind of sassy sometimes. So let's just get into it. Before we get going, like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff, and follow me on Instagram at RadDadField. Thank y'all for watching. Let's get into it. This is the Stanley Parable. No, I have not played before. Let's begin the game. If I remember correctly, it's been a while. I know Markiplier played this a while ago, quite a while ago. Stanley is a man who I think works in an office, a nondescript office building, and there's a guy narrating his life. And
this is the story of a man named Stanley.
Here we go.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor.
Hey, that's what I do.
Telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them. And
not like this.
This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley.
I don't want to ruin
quite
it,
forget.
Talk over anything, but
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour
stuff I want to say.
when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened.
Left behind.
Complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
So now I'm supposed to step out of my office, right? What if I don't? Right off the bat. Can't interact with anything. My DPI is... Woo! Hold on. Okay, for this is good.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
And you can't even... I hate that. It's like, it looks like sunlight, but it's actually just like nothing, like nothingness. How to... What does that say? How to use help? Okay. So this is pretty straightforward right now. It almost feels like
came to a set of two open doors. He entered
a horror
the door
mystery
on his left.
game. Okay, so here. The narrator just said Stanley entered the door on his left. I don't feel like doing that.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Where's the employee lounge? Ah, yes. It's nice in here.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
Oh, God.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
How about no?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. Okay, so we got like a factory, warehouse kind of thing out here. Hey.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who is her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Ah, why is it shaking? The heck? Who is her? Who is that? I thought this was like kind of just gonna be a silly game, but is there actually... Ah!
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to
What the
her.
fuck is going on right now?
If you truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
What?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right.
I can't walk.
Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to
I didn't
commit their
think so.
life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Alright. So what's all this about, eh?
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Good morning, employee 427. Press J on your keyboard. Okay.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Okay, and...
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's
Fuck
told
you.
to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
You're gonna... You're gonna be a dickhead no matter what I press, aren't you? Q. T. Y. N. M. J. H. K. L. Nothing.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Oh, this is just such a, cynical,
And so he began to fantasize about his own job.
tongue-in-cheek
First,
game.
he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Press R to spend time with the boys. You can't interact with anything in here. As of right now, all I can do to move the game forward is do what I'm told.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Oh my god, okay, this part
As he wandered
is...
through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved
See him.
in many directions. And down another was a game.
Line
with a
trademark. I don't know
and
what
he
that's
called
about.
it the Stanley Parable.
Tell my kids a story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end. that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
This is a game that has a lot to say about a lot of things.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
Oh, Jesus Christ. When did this happen? When did this room change?
And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world, he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
What if I listen? Nothing happens. See, you're expecting me not to listen to you. If I wait long enough, will something happen, or do I just have to press R? Because I thought that that was kind of the whole point of this game, was like having a bunch of choices, like the illusion of free will. But as of right now, nothing's happening. See, god damn it. Okay.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see?
You're making me feel
make
that way right now, because I want to get out of this fucking room so bad. I don't care, dude, at this point.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button.
Please die.
I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
I'm thoroughly confused right now, but I'll be right back. Okay, I can leave now. Thank fuck. Oh my god. Now what?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So we looped around.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, we'll play this time.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
This is fun. Marketing Mondays. Termination Tuesdays. We're broke Wednesdays. Thursday. Mergers. Pranking floors meeting. What? They really put a lot into this. The future was yesterday. Tomorrow is now. Number of slides on this slide. Rate at which charts on the same slide depict the same information. Rate of increase in graphs per slide. Please, no more charts, please. I'm begging. Stop. Boss appreciation minute. On your boss. Circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill it out in triplicate and return to your boss appreciation specialist. If you ever find yourself in conflict with another diligent employee like yourself, but more inclined toward conflict unless you're the kind of person that initiates conflict, why do we hire you? Remember, I can't read that shit fast enough. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No, he didn't. What's that? Can't do anything with that. Huh. What's out here?
Stanley just couldn't do it.
Okay, it makes you get stuck.
Boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet?
Oh, fuck off.
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Leaf
This
Stanley
is
felt
just gonna
to have
keep
finally found an
cycling how many
answer,
times?
An explanation wasn't
Still
crazy
going, this
after all.
asshole.
So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Ooh!
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid?
What the fuck?
Then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
Why
Which is there a voice in my head
Yeah.
dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
This is too
About a
much.
voice describing my thoughts.
This is hurting my
he
head.
thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his
I
skin.
feel like I used to be
the
able to
press
do
of
that
the mattress on his back.
when I was having a
The
bad
fresh
dream.
air of
But maybe I'm just
Let me
I
wake
convinced
up,
myself of
he
that.
thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons, please. It's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
That tremble in the voice. Holy shit. I thought this was just gonna be a fun game. I didn't know it
Stanley began screaming.
was gonna get...
Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
What?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed.
What the
gathered her
fuck is
belongings,
going on
and
with
walked to
this
her place
game?
of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew.
I assume
Everyone
that's
knows
Stanley?
what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was
Do you
comforting to
really know
think
your
this,
mind? Can
and
you
in a
really
certain
trust
way,
your mind?
Seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting
Are
she
you
had
sure?
scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body, and then she turned and ran.
This is not going quite the way I expected it to so far.
All of his co-workers were gone.
So, fuck. Okay, so this game is starting to hurt
Stanley
my
came
head.
to a set of two
Nope.
open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Ah, yes.
Wow. Yes.
Yes.
This room.
Oh, you changed what
What
you
a
said.
beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Ha! Stanley was a fucking moron.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now
You
in
know
order
it.
to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no.
Ah,
No,
fuck
it's
me.
to the right. My mistake.
And
No,
slam.
no, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
It's super dark now. What the frickin' frack?
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. Who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. Time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
God damn it, here we are again.
All of his
His
co-workers
co-workers were gone. What could it
What could it
mean?
mean?
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Oh.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Aha. Now he's telling me to choose the adventure. So many doors. What's this way? Okay. They're all...
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Fuck you. Okay. All right. I'll do my best for a minute to just do what the narrator says I'm gonna do.
What could it mean?
He went to the blah 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 memo. Sorry, y'all. And no doors now.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
I guess. Where back? All the way back?
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's go back the other way and retrace our steps.
Oh, God. Okay. What? Ooh, what?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job. Oh, no.
Yeah, no, I thought not.
I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
All right. If you say so. Oh.
All right. I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Well, you're already taking me on a different path than you've ever taken me.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
Destiny.
Look, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right?
Can't follow this.
Okay.
I wish I could.
Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Yeah, that'll lighten the mood. It's not loud at all. This is fucked. What the fuck is going on? Okay, I'm losing it. I'm losing it, guys. What the fuck?
Wait, cut the music.
Jesus
Go back
Christ.
and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
That was so overstimulating. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the fuck is this game? What is this even? I guess I don't know quite what I thought
Wait,
it was.
What? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Oh, what the fuck? There's this room again.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
No, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Well, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Jesus Christ. So half this game is the narrator just getting pissed and resetting.
You know what, Stanley?
So
I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us?
Yeah.
We're intelligent people,
That's
right?
fair. How
Why
about
can't
this?
we make up our own story? Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
How about it? Can I don't know what.
Yes,
Can I
this
call you
is
Rupert?
exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's wild. Huh. Okay.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't
No
acknowledge
lines
it.
allowed.
We should be fine.
Okay.
Ah, a choice.
Oh.
We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must
What
be
if
a
I go the other way?
reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. Starting from the right, let us ask as to where we're going. Since the answer is clearly yes, the door on the right is the correct
Jesus
one.
Christ.
Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley. Our destiny awaits.
You're about to put me to sleep. Ooh.
Oh, hold up. What's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me?
This is.
Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be.
So
I
the
don't want
narrator
it to
has
be.
no choice
I don't want
either.
the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Poof.
And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will
I don't
something
even know what to
happen?
say about most of this.
So,
There's a lot.
okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually.
Seems that way.
Well, in the meantime, if you...
Ah! That was an awful noise.
All of his co-workers were
God.
gone. What could it mean?
Oh man, I'm sick of it. So I'm confused now. How many endings have I
Stanley
gotten?
came to a set of
Because-
2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
Yeah, play ball, and we'll go through it.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
Tips for not
hoping
getting
he might find an answer there.
Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more. Sounds about right. Oh, fuck off. It was
Coming
up.
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Executive bathroom. We got this gaudy ass old school wallpaper. This looks like Dishonored, kind of. Ooh, look at all them books.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code
I don't
by
like it.
sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh, okay. I don't like how dark it is in here.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Uh-huh. Escape. I want to check it out. Might learn something here. Bloop.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yeah, this game has ended up being quite a bit darker than I thought it would be. And I'm not talking about the lighting. This is... I thought this was gonna be fun, and it's kind of making me feel weird and sometimes
Now the monsters
bad.
jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
Yeah,
Stanley's
that's what I thought.
co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Now what, though? Wait, which way did I... Okay. What's that gonna do?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Yeah, man, this is,
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own
Well
life
done.
in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
what's down here? I don't like how dark it is. This is, where are the controls? One. How do I do it? Guys. Oh, facility power. This feels like Fallout New Vegas. Going to get Mr. House.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Is this gonna be a big fuck you? when I click off. Just a big troll. Or is it just gonna be a reset? Sorry.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Well,
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine.
did I actually get an
Unshackled
ending?
himself from someone else's
Or not?
command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his, and that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps
Man, this is
only
oddly
thing worth
inspirational.
knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
For now, I don't trust this game. I do not trust it to not pull some shit the second I step out.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
This is actually happening.
Stanley was happy.
Holy shit. Beat the game. And here we are. Back at it. Wow. Okay. So that was the Stanley Parable. I was trying to get. That was the Stanley Parable. I'll be honest, I don't know how I feel about that. Apparently there are 42, and for some reason I keep coming to 42. I feel like that's the number. It makes me think of Hitchhiker's Guide. But yeah, that's just one ending there, I guess. So there's a bunch more, but whew, it's a lot. This game is a lot to, I don't know if I could go back around again right now, honestly. I think I'm gonna just call that one good for today. I definitely will come back and play it again. Let me know in the comments if you want me to make another video of me trying to get a different ending or endings or not. I don't know, we'll see. But I definitely will come back to it. Whether or not I will do more videos on it remains to be seen. But that's a cool game. It's I like the idea of subverting the narrative that you're being told to follow. Definitely expected a lot more humor in it, honestly. I'm not upset that it got deep and stuff, really philosophical. I just wasn't expecting that. So, and the looping back kind of started to break my brain after a little bit. So, yeah, I don't know. I think it's a good game. It's a cool game. It has replay value for sure, but I think I will have to just have it in doses. So, yeah, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram at raddadfield. Yeah, thank y'all for watching. This is a different experience, but glad I got to finally play it, and glad you all were here to do it with me. So, thank y'all for watching. Till next time.